I wanna stay in the spotlight. Stay in the spotlight. I wanna stay in the spotlight.
What is up? My name is Nick and I'm here at Hollywood, California at one of the most famous studios around. And this is where all the celebrities come to shoot their movies. Have you ever noticed that celebrities play a role on screen? It's like we really like a certain character, but in real life, that's not who they really are. But even when celebrities walk around in real life, they actually live by fake names. So I'm gonna give you a little test to see how well you really know your celebrities. All right, here's what I want you to do. I'm gonna read off a list of celebrity names, probably by which you know them, and I just want you to shout it out or turn to the person next to you and try and guess what their real name actually is. All right, you ready? Here we go. Miley Cyrus. Shout it out, talk to the person next to you. Miley Cyrus. All right, you got it? Here it is. Miley Cyrus's real name is Destiny Hope Cyrus. How many of you guys got that right? How many of you had no idea? All right, here's the next name. Bruno Mars. You know, that guy with the little fedora, rocking the fedora all the time? Bruno Mars. Turn to the person next to you. Shout it out if you can. All right, Bruno Mars, you ready for this? His real name is Peter Gene Hernandez. That's right, Peter Gene Hernandez. Do you know that? Lady Gaga. I'm assuming most of you knew that that wasn't really her real name, like walking around being like, hello, Miss Gaga. Hello, Miss Lady, how are you, lady? Lady Gaga, go ahead, turn to the person next to you, shout it out. What do you think her real name is? All right, you ready for this? Lady Gaga, her real name is Stefani Joanne Angelina Germanotta. Bet you didn't know that one, did you? One of the most famous singers of all time goes by one name, Bono. Bono, turn to the person next to you, shout it out. What do you think his real name is? All right, you ready for this? Bono, cool, sly Bono. His real name, David Hewson. That's right, David Hewson. Katy Perry! We all love Katy Perry. Turn to the person next to you, shout it out. What do you think Katy Perry's real name is? Her real name is KATHERYN Elizabeth Hudson. All right, and the last one, and this one surprised me most because I hold this person dear to my heart. This is the legend, the myth, the name, Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris is so strong that when he does push-ups, he actually pushes the earth away from himself. I bet you've heard that one before, haven't you? All right, Chuck Norris, turn to the person next to you, shout it out on screen. All right, you ready for this? The legend Chuck Norris, the strongest man in the world, not even really named Chuck Norris. His real name, Carlos Ray. That's right, Carlos Ray. You see, we see these Hollywood celebrities all the time on the screen, and a lot of times girls, you probably fall in love with Edward or Jacob or whoever it may be, and you just get captivated by this person. Or guys, you're checking out one of the ladies on screen, but the reality is, that's not who they really are. Let me ask you a question. Do you ever pretend to be somebody that you're really not? Do people know you as somebody different? Do you think to yourself, no one really knows who I am? Do you pretend to be somebody else, whether you're at church or at school or around your family? Or do you act like a chameleon? And what I mean by that is you change yourself, you mold yourself to fit in with whoever you're with. I remember when I was in college, I was really good at pretending. When I was in college, I guess you could call me kind of the class clown or maybe the prankster of the campus. Me and my roommates, we would go around campus and just kind of terrorize, pull pranks all over the place. Our guys' dorm shared a parking lot with the girls' dorm right down the way. And so what we did one day is we got a water balloon launcher, one of those 3-man water balloon launchers, and we would launch water balloons at the girls' dorms as they were trying to walk in. One time, we even got a little too carried away, pulled the launcher a little too far, and we ended up breaking a girl's window. Another time, it was winter, there was snow all over the ground. We thought it would be a great opportunity to slip and slide. So we went to the store, got this giant tarp, some baby soap, laid down the tarp, and started slip and sliding in the middle of winter in our swimsuits. Next thing you know, we have 300 people slip and sliding. Other times, we'd fill up these garbage cans full of water, lean them against the doors, knock on the doors, and run away. As the guys opened up the doors to their dorm rooms, the garbage cans would fall over and the water would spill all over them. We would terrorize our college, and I became known as the prankster. I became known as the funny guy. But the thing is, that's not really who I was. I just created this image of myself as this funny guy, and I was always having so much fun, but the reality was, I was hurting pretty bad. People didn't really know who I really was because I just didn't let them. Nobody really knew that I was hurting inside because of what was going on with my family, or that I really struggled with some very deep insecurities. I think we all pretend to be someone that we're not. Here's why I think that. A couple different reasons. Number one is that we're really insecure. We really struggle with who we are on the inside, and we don't want to let people know. I think another reason we pretend a lot of time is because if people reject us for who we portray to be or who we pretend to be, and they reject us for that, well, they're not really rejecting us for who we really are. They're rejecting us for who we're presenting ourselves to be. So it lessens the sting when they reject us for somebody fake than for who we really are. Or maybe you pretend to be somebody that you're not because you really don't know who you are yet. So you need to learn and discover who you truly are. And I think the last reason we pretend to be something that we're not is because simply we want people to like us. We want to fit in with whoever we're with. In Luke 9:25, this is what it says. What will you gain if you own the whole world but destroy yourself or waste your life? What this is saying is, what does it really matter if you have a bunch of friends, but all your friends, none of them really know who you are? If you're pretending to be somebody that you're not, and you've gained the whole entire world, what does it matter? Because this world doesn't really know who you are. What do you really have if you don't know who you really are? What are you really worth if you aren't really living out your worth? I want to challenge you. Stop pretending. Stop giving everybody this fake person and start being exactly who God made you to be. God made you to be someone special. Live that out in your life. Hollywood is full of a bunch of fake people. Don't be Hollywood.